Well folks, welcome back to the workshop. Today we have a new tool in for repair. This is a new one for me. A Makita DSD180 drywall cutter, or a drywall saw. Haven't actually seen one of these before, let alone had one in for repair or used one. Basically, this is a jigsaw for drywall. That's about the height of it. Blade goes on here. Blade clamps on here, sort of like a jigsaw but not exactly. Instead of a plunger going up and down, she's on a little lever arm, so there's less of a throw on these here. Obviously a timber jigsaw is trying to have a bigger throw because it wants the blade to actually do all the cutting. She's trying to get the teeth to go through as much of the timber as possible. More teeth, more cutting, so more movement gives a faster cut. These here, it's only going through drywall, so the teeth only just need to go up and down, basically like a multi-tool. The blades on them, not on this, which is on a clamp. Unlike a jigsaw, we have a quick release or a clamp, same as this one on a jigsaw. You just put the blade on and clamp it down. Blades for this are actually adjustable. So the clamp has two bolts either side and a wee dent in the middle. So the blade sits in between here and you can actually adjust it up and down to different heights or depths. Now, because this is actually dealing with drywall, chalkboard basically, makes a lot of dust. Most people just use a multi-tool, but multi-tools don't last an awful long time with drywall because of the dust getting into the motor. These here, I would imagine, are going to be the same. The dust can be very sore on the likes of bearings or bronze bushings. This, by the looks of it, just has a DC motor inside. So I'd imagine, just like a multi-tool, the dust is going to be a sore spot for these things. Dust gets onto the motor, it'll probably bind up the bushings and wear them out, burn out the motor that bit faster. But let's switch it on here first and see what she's actually doing. When she works, take that cover off so you can actually see what she's doing. So that's it, that's just up and down, just a small throw on it. So instead of actually just going straight up and down, you can see she's more of a reciprocating motion. And already I can smell the problem. Yeah, the motor's gone. It's not even the brush is gone, it's just the motor's gone. Either a motor or a switch, but I can smell something cooking anyway. So just get on with it, get in there, see if we can fix her up. I might have to take that bit off to get into this. It's very tight here. I do have to take that off. Yeah. Not an awful lot here, is there? Motor, driving a gear, running an offset cam up and down, switch, speed controller, basically like a drill modified, just flipped on its side. It's like this assembly over here. Got a new tool sent in to test out a Coet's thermal imaging camera, so might as well put it to a bit of use. Is there any doubt? There you are. Roasting hot inside. What is that saying? 75 degrees. As for the rest of her, it's definitely not the switch anyway. No heat up here at all. All the heat is on the motor. You actually feel it coming through there now, starting to warm up. You can see the outside of it, still fairly cool, but the inside still roasting hot. That's at nearly 70 degrees. So that's gone. That's a handier tool there than the actual wee phone ones. Right, need a motor. See if I can get one here. Really dry in that gearbox too. Not a lot of grease in there, is there? Imagine that's simply because working with drywall, chalk, dust, it's just drying out all the grease. So I might just give that a wee clean out as well. Plus give the whole thing a good blow down as well, the compressor. That actually is very dry inside that gearbox. Just come out in one piece, I wonder. Must do. There's nothing on the other side. There we go. Wow, not much grease in that at all. Next to nothing. So that's just spinning. And this cam in the middle is actually off center. So as she spins, this just goes up and down. Just a slight bit. Just a wee rubber seal then to keep the dust out. Allow this to go up and down. I'd say that could do with a wee bit more grease than that. No, it can't take too much because it's only inside a plastic housing. Putting too much, it's just going to leak out. But it needs a little. I'd say that did have a bit more, but the actual drywall dust has got on. Just dried it out maybe. Actual motor. Sure as hell ain't hard to change. That's her. That's it. Simple as that to take it out. See, that bearing there wasn't good either. That one wasn't good. That bronze bush is probably starting to wear. Little bit of play, not much. But that'll be a sore spot for these machines. The bronze bush and the back of the DC motor. They always tend to wear out anything dealing with drywall, especially multi-tools. It's basically the death of them all. Doesn't matter if this will be a brushless motor or a DC. Bearings are always going to be the first thing to go. This one's obviously been overworked because the brushes don't have all that much work done. Still fairly good. They're not all that worn out. So that has just got a few too many hot suppers, giving a wee bit too much abuse. It's burnt out. Before I do anything else, I'm just going to give this a quick wee clean out in the parts washer. Right, that's that all cleaned out. A fairly simple one. Motor's one piece, bearing and gears all out. Just drop straight on. How you're doing? Just matching the wires. Red for the red lead. Simple as that. Now for this, I'm going to put a little bit of grease down here. Not that it really needs it, but put it there anyway. Push that down. Make sure that's in as well. This little guide bush. Make sure that's in. And your dust shield. Push that down. That should be it. That's it. To help keep it running smooth, we dab of grease. I'm going to put on a wee bit more than what's needed. Just so this bush down here gets a good coating as well. I'm not going to put on a massive amount. Just like I say, if you put on too much, it's just going to go somewhere. And where it goes ain't going to be where you want it. That's it. Simple as that. And as well, and also, just in case you are working on them, and as well put everything in. It's just there to pack it out. Actually make sure it sits there steady. And that's it. Don't think that one's on right. A bit of learning with a new tool. That looks better. Yeah, that's it. Something a lot better. Base. This wee spring clips on up here. Base just drops on. Allen key, I think it goes there. Not looking too bad. What does she run like now? Much better. Nice one. One Makita DSD180 drywall saw. Up and running again with a new DC motor. To actually repair that on your own, if you're actually looking to buy the motor, it costs about 60 or 65 euro. For this repair, for the motor, labour and VAT all included, probably cost about 80 or 90 euro. It's well worth doing, especially since this thing cost around 200 or 240 euro. Well worth putting the motor onto it. That's her. And we'll keep this man cutting.